Good morning.
We add a little bit of fun. Lighten up the service a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to, I don't know, we were just playing around and we looked for ways to make it fun and to add some sound, and we kind of revamped the service a little bit because this is our 16th week, which is our 4th month anniversary, which is 1/3 of a year we've been around. So, woohoo! Yeah. That's cool stuff. And our motto is good and getting better. And the way that we do that is by listening to y'all and saying, when y'all say, hey, let's add this or let's do this, or it'd be cool if this was in a little different order, whatever, when you give us suggestions, we listen. And then as we listen, we implement those changes and say, okay, let's go get started, let's do it. And so this is the beginning.
So we'll start a meeting out with our intention. This is not just as a group intention, but also individual intention of what you would like to get out of the service today.
Why are you here?
I love getting up in the morning. I clap my hands and say, this is going to be a great day. I have a dream.
Even the smallest person can change the course of the future.
You think you're so great just because you have godlike powers.
Hey, come on. What could happen?
Oh, surprise, surprise, surprise.
And that's kind of how it is. Intention is an almost godlike power, because what you set your intention for will most likely be the result of your experience. And that, so in the front of your bulletin or up on the screen, there is a group intention. If you would like to set your intention with us, we invite you to read along and do just that. We utilize our most precious gift of free will to set our intentions and make them known. Today, we choose an incredible experience. Today, we intend to be a part of the miracle and accept the miraculous. Can you really feel that when you say it? That's the difference between just saying it and living it and feeling it. We're all about living it, squeezing every drop that we can to make ourselves that much better, to get ourselves that much better. Join me in an opening prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for each person who chose to be here. Thank you for every person who's ever been here. And we thank you for every person who is utilizing any path to find their way to you. We bless every church, every mosque, synagogue, sweat lodge, nature, meditation, whatever form, whatever pathway someone is using to get closer to you, we bless them and we bless their journey. In like kind, we ask that they bless us and they bless our journey also. We ask you to be very present in each person here, to help us each set our intention, to get to know you a little bit better, to get to know ourselves a little bit better, to strengthen that connection with you, with ourselves, and with each other. Amen.
What we believe. On the back of the bulletin, we've printed out kind of a highlight of the reasons behind why we started Connections, and the things that we focus on and the things that we believe.
After a lot of praying, we said, you know, God, if we're going to do this, why are we doing it? And it led to two things: a greater understanding and closer relationship with God and myself, and tools for life mastery. With those two things, if we can accomplish those two goals, this is all we're doing. We've printed this out, it's in your bulletin, and it's up on the screen. If you agree with what's on the screen, we invite you to read it with us. We believe that there is one God of which we are all a part. We believe that the spiritual blueprint can lead to a greater understanding and relationship with God and ourselves, which leads to life mastery. We help the world as we help ourselves and each other. Woohoo!
White t-shirt ceremony this morning. We've got some volunteers that have worked, has shared their gifts with us, and has helped us out. So we'd like to present our white t-shirt ceremony by Billy Gabriel.
It's not ours, it's yours. And so it's you listening to Spirit, and if Spirit prods you to do something, we encourage you to take action on it. And several weeks ago, even a month ago now even, or two,
a
few weeks ago, we got to playing around with t-shirts and decided that we were going to surprise Scott and Mary at church one Sunday. And we said, here, put these on, and they were already dressed. We said, well, go put them on anyway. They did, and they came out and said, what's this? And I said, well, it's our new fundraiser. However, rather than buy t-shirts, if you do 5 things for the church, you get your own t-shirt with your name and the connection symbol on it. And he thought that was a really good idea, so we did that. So this week we have our poet thespian, Kay Grooms. If you will come forward. Kay quite often comes up and reads a poem. She's helped in the skits. She's always an upfront girl helping with whatever she can. I'll just stay here.
So anytime, if you want a white t-shirt, all you gotta do is volunteer for something 5 times. And we give you the t-shirt and kind of make you part of the club, I guess. But you make yourself part of the club. And we are so thankful that our friend Kay has added her gifts to the service. Today she's doing special music, Silent Night with the harmonica. She's been part of the skits. She's read multiple poems and shared her gifts that way. And every time Spirit speaks to her and she says, ooh, I think I can add this to the service, we say, thank you, come do it. And so we really applaud you. Thank you, Kay. And this week we have a second shirt to give away also to our buddy Mark Dahl. Mark has just been a trooper. When we very first were going to start Connections, folks, you know, we were putting some things out there and saying, hey guys, we're wanting to do this, we're wanting to do this, and folks said, when's it going to happen? When are you going to start? And I said, you know, God, the day somebody shows up at my door and says, I'm here for church, I guess we'll know that that's a pretty good sign, it's time to start. 2 Sundays later, Mark walks up to the door at 10 o'clock in the morning and says, hey, I'm here for church, where are we at? I said, well, we don't really have one yet. He said, okay, here's my card, you call me when you do, I'm ready, let's get going. And we went, okay, so Mark is ultimately the reason that this started when it did. And since then, as if that wasn't enough, he's now elevated into, taken over the role of our sound man, which is just wonderful, wonderful. In the old space, we could kind of do 2 things. We could do both. Here, we can't. And Mark stepped up and said, I think I can do that. And shows up every week before church to help set up chairs and drag stuff in and the podium and just runs it. And there's been a couple times he's called and said, hey man, I got a free day, what do you need done? I said, man, come on over, I'm trying to put together the light kit or this or that. And he says, all right man, I'm there, let's go do it. And so we thank you, Mark, for everything that you've done already.
And for those of you that don't know what your gifts are, but would like a t-shirt, we can fill you in. We have plenty of things to do and we can use help with.
And this isn't actually part of the white shirt ceremony, but it's in the same spirit. I'd like to welcome to the stage my dad, Robert Gabriel. Welcome forward. Now, he's already obviously earned his white t-shirt, but a couple weeks ago, well, it started much longer than that, but a couple weeks ago he presented this pulpit, this podium that he made with his own 2 hands, because he saw that we didn't have one and we needed one. And he handcrafted this. Now last week, for those of you who were here, we had kind of the Leaning Tower of Pisa of tables and Tupperware containers and all kind of things trying to get the projector to the right height. And he looked and said, well, gosh, I think we can do something about that. And today showed up with the projection holder. And that is just so cool, and I thank you so much. You're welcome. And we say that this is a spiritual family, and it is, but it's also a physical family. These are my parents, and they have been such great supporters of me and of this since the very beginning. And we honestly couldn't have done it without either one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, now we're ready to sing. Now that you just sat down, huh? the Connections Choir. If you could come up to the front.
Have a choir, and it's growing.
And it's growing. Woo!
If you can read the screen, the words will be on there. If not, there's papers in your bulletin with the words to the songs. We're going to start with Help Me Remember. Please join with us.
With all I know about the universe, you think I have it down, the way it works. If I'm so richly blessed, how come sometimes I'm such a mess? Guess I forget. So help me remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. I've read the concepts and complexities of quantum physics and string theories. But it's the simple stuff, like love is all that I'm made of, that strips me up. So help me remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. I am a precious child of God, for heaven's sake. Not floating solo on the breeze. So when I'm feeling kind of small and lost in space, could you remind me, please? Help me remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. Help me remember who I am. Help me to trust in the master plan. When I think that I can't, remind me I can. Help me remember who I am. Help me remember who I
Hey, friends.
We're a big family here, and maybe you know us, maybe we don't. Maybe we know you, and maybe we'd like to know you better. And so this is just an opportunity to get to say hi to some new friends, some like-minded folks, to realize that you're not alone. It's a team sport, we're all in it together. And at Connections, we respect you, we respect your boundaries, we respect where you're at, and we just ask you to give us a signal. So the international sign for hug, and the international sign for handshake. So during the meet and greet, we'll have some music kind of playing in the background, and when people walk up to you, hey, how you doing? Or hey, how you doing? We're happy to honor either one. Just let us know, don't keep us guessing, or we'll go with our choice. So with that being said, we invite everybody to